What's happening, player?
Not much. Just trying to see
How's your
what's going on with these chicks in Harlem.
Oh Lord. But before we get to Harlem, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining our podcast. I ain't trying to be funny, but
But I ain't
but
trying to
like
be
bud.
funny. But yeah.
um before we jump into Harlem with both feet, let's talk about Ready to Love. It was the 100th episode, and they decided to go back and revisit some couples, and I found it quite interesting. And guess what? I'm going to be super controversial today.
Oh, go for it.
I don't know if you're ready for this.
I don't know
I
if
don't
I'm
know if
ready
you're
for it
ready.
either. Because I was watching it, I didn't remember people's names and faces. I was like, who are these folks? But go ahead. What's your controversial stance?
My controversy for today is men like drama. That's all there is to it. The cuckoos of the Ready to Love cast are booed up. When I saw Camila and Cornelius and Kadrian or whatever her name is with the fighter guy.
Oh, that must be the season I didn't watch.
Okay, yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
anybody named
Okay.
Kadrian. But go ahead.
Kadian, I think is her name. Kadian and the firefighter guy. And of course, we already knew about Rashad and the
Simone.
stuck up, yes, some stuck up Simone. But I was just like, this proves my point. If you don't have no drama, you're gonna be single. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. This is the craziest crap I've ever seen. Like with Camille and Cornelius, Camille is cuckoo, straight mental health. There's something wrong with that girl. I mean, she really needs to get some help. She threatened the other women, and I do think this is the season you missed.
No,
She
that's the
threatened.
season I saw. She was like, if you eliminate
Oh,
my man, I'm
yes,
yeah, I saw that season. Yeah, she's
but
nuts. But that's what he wants.
maybe he nuts too, or something, or it's just what in the world. I'm just, Lord have mercy. I was watching the whole thing, going, thanks for proving my point. Like, we already know this.
Yeah.
We single people. I don't know about you married people, but we single people, I already know. We already know.
But what do people say about the nice guy or the nice girl though? They're called boring or safe or
I don't know. When I meet one, I'll let you know.
yeah, people the women like the bad boys, men like bad
Really?
girls. Hot, there's an idea out there that crazy women had the best sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm
Maybe
just
maybe
saying
that's why I'm single then. Maybe that's why I'm single.
just saying that's just one of those myths, but not
Reminds me
quite
of
urban.
Right. Reminds me of the first episode of Insecure when Issa Rae was singing the song about what was her name? What was her friend's name on the show?
Molly.
Molly. When she wrote that song about her and
Excuse
sung
me.
it in the club.
Oh, I don't remember that. Watch so
You know,
much
I don't
TV. I
you know I
can't.
don't say that word, so I can't even say. I know what the name of the song is, but I don't say the word. So
Starts with a P.
yes, the
Oh,
P
okay.
word.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to love when Issa would stand in the mirror and rap. She had me cracking up. I wish she would have done more of the first season kind of stuff because it got a little bit too something after a while. But
uh
anyway, we're not talking about
Predictable. Yeah. So there's really nothing to talk about because they did a lot of flashbacking and types of crap. But thank you, Ready to Love cast. You just proved all of us single women's point about men liking drama. And I guess the more drama you bring, you get that ring.
Oh, hey, you got a rhyme on it. All right then. All right then.
Yeah, I put it out there.
more drama you bring, you get that ring. Okay.
Yeah,
I
apparently.
hear you. I hear you.
Apparently. Mm.
Well,
Oh
then what
well.
you gonna do? You gonna start acting a fool? Just start acting
I
a monkey, and
know.
then maybe you'll
I'd
get you
rather
a
be by
ring.
myself because anybody who nope.
You
Because
don't
any
think a man
guy who
wants you to
wants
be
that
all
drama,
rah rah, tear the club up, kids car kind
nope.
of.
Nope. I don't want to go to jail. I'm too pretty. I don't need all that drama in my life. I got enough stress. I can feel it in my shoulders. I'm good. I don't want that. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, well,
I just stay single. I don't. Any guy who wants that much drama in their lives, they can have that.
I mean that's really what I was gonna say. That those people belong together. Let them go
Mm-hmm.
over there. That's it's fine. There are
Yes.
nice guys out there. I mean, and nice doesn't have to be boring, and a good man doesn't have to
No.
be boring. They can be
Right.
good and still throw that thing. I'm just
Throw
saying.
that thing. All right, Two Live Crew.
They can still put it on
Um, yes. So more power to them. Blessings on your relationship. Keep that shit over there. That's what I'll say
you. Mm-hmm. Yep.
as I
Mic
drop the
drop.
mic.
Mic drop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So on to Harlem. I think this
Yes.
was the season finale, right? This
Well,
was it.
last two episodes of the season. Because we've
Mm-hmm,
talked
mm-hmm.
about 1 through 6. Now we got to kick it off 7 and 8, and then that'll be it. That was quick because they did them 2 each week. It went fast. But
It went fast, but okay. What you got to say? What you got to say about those 4 ladies in your background? Nice picture.
Quinn, Ty, Camille, and Angie. I can't stand her. So they went to Puerto Rico in episode.
Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to go. It looks so nice. I just really want to go. I can't wait. So I gotta make that happen.
Well, I'll tell you everywhere to go in Puerto Rico. I love that place. I could live there.
Okay, yeah, when it's time, let me know. I thought it was interesting that Quinn ended up with Andre from Empire. What is his name, Andre?
You mean her actual husband?
Oh, they're married. Girl, I don't keep up with that kind of stuff. So
Yes.
I don't know
That's
her like that. If you hadn't told me that was Boo Boo Kitty, I wouldn't have remembered.
Boo Boo Kitty.
Because she wore that short hair on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks so
When she looks
different
better.
on. Yeah, that short hair was sexy.
Better.
But what's his name though? Was it Andre on Empire?
It was Andre on
That's
Empire.
When I saw him, I was like, oh, it's Andre. Now him,
Yes.
I could recognize. Her, I didn't notice. But anyway, I thought it was interesting that they ended up together.
Yes. What was his name on this show?
Kenny?
They did. Keith, I think it was. I wrote in my notes Andre.
That's what I wrote.
Like,
I said Boo Boo Kitty
I
and
keep
Andre.
forgetting. Yeah.
I wrote Boo Boo Kitty and Andre. So
yes, they're actually married. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
they're actually married in real life. Yeah.
That's cute. Do you remember that scene? It had to be around when I stopped watching it, where Andre got mad and he threw a tantrum and had a fight with basketball rack. It was a rack of basketballs.
Oh yeah.
We laughed so hard at that and rewound it probably 4 times. Like I hollered. Anyway, that's why I remember him so much. He was such a lame on that show.
And it's interesting that she has the mental health issue in this show, and he had the mental health issue.
Right. Right. And they really didn't get into it enough on this show. I guess it was enough. But it just seemed like they didn't really handle it. But she just, got with a new man and moved on.
Well, it's interesting because last week when I said, and then you agreed that I didn't really understand what her issue was. You know what I mean? Like, why are you having such a tough time? Like, what is this breakdown all about? And I talked to a couple of other folks since then, and they all said the same thing. It was like, it wasn't very clear because it wasn't anything new. So was it her breaking point? Like everybody was like, what? Where did this come from? Did you it was almost like they needed to put her out in the front to have more airtime or something. And they overdid it and no one knows why.
And I thought that her mom tried to explain it by saying, well, you get that from your daddy's side of the family. But it could be a chemical imbalance, which can cause you to be clinically depressed and you don't know why.
Mhm.
And there doesn't have to be anything happening in your life. You just, feel terrible. So it could be that. But they also didn't really say that
They
either.
didn't get
So,
into it at all.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
they
found it
didn't.
interesting. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So she
You
and
found it
Andre,
interesting.
whatever his name is,
Mhm.
sat at the table talking about their worst breakups. I was gonna ask you, do you have one? Like a bad
My
breakup
worst
stories?
breakups?
Yeah. First of all, has a guy ever broken up with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a story that's really
And it's
bad?
funny because he cheated on me with a girl named Kim. And she had, okay, I'm just gonna say I look better, I look better than her. Um, yeah, I
Is
was
that
really close.
relevant though?
Is relevant because I was like,
Because
why?
some guys
But
usually cheat with somebody that ain't. Anyway, go ahead.
but I couldn't the crazy part about it is I couldn't understand what the attraction was. Like I don't know what the attraction was. But the story is not really bad because it's him, it's bad because I was close to his grandmother, who was a breast cancer survivor, double mastectomy, never left her room. She didn't drive because they were from New York. She didn't drive, but she trusted me. So I took her to church. I took her to the grocery store. I took her to a doctor's appointments, all that stuff. And she had a dog, and I would help her with stuff. And when we broke up,
Keep going.
I went to tell her, you said, keep going.
Yeah.
Like, as you go out of
I
the,
know, right?
come back,
I'm
Nikita,
here.
come
I'm
back.
here. I'm here. I just feel like something's in my nose and I don't want to be doing this on camera. So go ahead. I can hear you.
By all means, get it out on camera. I'm talking about all the way up there, like you're taking a COVID test.
And now my
But
face all red. But go ahead.
I know. Well, I'm the one who told her. And I have never seen this before in my life. She had a temper tantrum. Like she was hitting the bed and she fell on the floor and she was just angry and she didn't curse, but she was like, he's so stupid and this, and that, and this. Anyway, yeah, so but later on, uh, come to find out the girl was violent. She attacked
Mm,
him one day, and then he come and
they
tell
like
me about
crazy.
it.
That was the attraction.
Yep,
You already
that's
know.
it.
You already
There you
know.
go.
They
You
like
solved it.
psychos. They like
I
psychos.
just yep,
It's,
yep.
it's,
She
they,
yep, she attacked him one day and he came over my house and told me about it. And I was just like, yeah, what you want me to do? Oh well, too bad. But yeah, yeah. He broke up with me over Kim.
mm,
She had stuff all on her face. I
like
didn't never.
acne.
Yeah, it looked like she had 24/7, 365 chicken pox. I don't know what it was, but it was like everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was so funny. I remember when I told my friends why I tell them in during physics class was funny, but she sat like 4 rows down in front of us, and those dum dums went 4 rows down to confront her in the middle of physics class. I was just like, why y'all confronting her? She didn't cheat. He did. So I don't care about her. She's irrelevant. But yeah, it came back to bite him in the ass very quickly. But yeah. And I miss his grandmother. She passed away, and I did not get a chance to go to the funeral.
The film. It's a
Yeah.
shame though that he was the one cheating and he broke up with you. That take a lot of nerve.
Well, but don't you want him to break up with me so he can? Yeah,
Not
I
if he
would
was
want that.
cheating, he should have broke up before he cheated.
Yeah,
But if
well,
you
I
doing the
don't know.
dirt, you don't get to dog me out and then go have your fun. No, you should have busted his
Well,
cheating and then broke up with him. That would have been better.
yeah, but it was. I mean, Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad he broke up with me. I'm cool with that. That's not a regret. I'm good. You can leave. Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.
Yeah, chuck deuces at him and keep it moving.
But see, here's the thing. You're assuming I wasn't.
I didn't assume. We are talking
Oh, you
about your
assume.
relationship with
I
him.
know, but I'm saying it might not have been that big of a
And
deal
you
to me
didn't bring
at the
you didn't
time.
bring it up either. We weren't you only mentioned him and what was
Right?
going on with you. And so did he break up with you because you were cheating?
No, he
No,
did.
okay.
I
So
wasn't
then what does that
cheating.
have to do with anything?
I wasn't cheating.
Girl, I can't talk in riddles with you today. All right. So the only reason I even brought this up is because Quinn and Andre sat at the table and talked about breakups. I thought it was funny.
I'm waiting on your story.
I would not like to tell it on camera. I only have one of a guy breaking up with me. I guess I could tell it. Hope my mama ain't watching. This
I'm gonna call
guy
her.
and I got busted doing some things in the house, and his mom came home early, and then she sat us down, chewed us out about what we were doing. Don't be doing this, da 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 da. And then he broke up with me like the next day.
Why did he break up with you though?
Exactly. I don't know. I guess he was embarrassed, or maybe his mama was like, "Don't be with that old fast girl." You know how mothers can be. So,
Yes, I do.
yeah. So
I know firsthand.
yeah. So that was it. That was it. He came back later, trying to holler, as my grandma would say, sniffing in behind me. But I ain't had nothing to do with him. So it's many, 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 many years ago. I've been married so long, I don't even know how that memory even popped out.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
if I saw him today, I might not even recognize him. So anyway, what else? What else happened in episode 7? One thing I said.
Oh my God! I wrote in my note. She was right. I was so mad about that.
About
yes.
Ty and Rachel
and Mona. Yes. I was so mad.
Amy on the show. It took me. It was like the end of season, episode 8, and I was like, "Oh, her name is Amy." But yeah,
I still didn't know it. I wrote Ty and Mona.
I wrote Ty and Rachel True. That's all I could think of. And then I wrote, I called it.
You did. I wrote, you called it Ty and Mona. Girl, the same thing happened in P Valley. Do you remember? You said somebody was gay in P Valley, and I was like, no, that's not it. I keep having these same things happen because I said the same thing about old boy at Newburgh. What was his name? He was no longer with us.
Oh, Eddie Long.
Eddie Long. I said the same thing about Eddie Long. I was like, no, he's just going through a midlife crisis. He just going through something.
Well, I guess because shows are too formulaic, that I kept thinking the only reason that they even keep having her go back to talk to this lady, and I don't know if they ever said she was gay, but I knew she was. There might have just been a vibe too, but I think that's the only reason they kept sending Ty back to that plant shop, was for them to hook up. So I don't know. That's just how I felt. Just like I said about Angie, Quinn, and Mike, that it was going to be an issue when Quinn found out that was the same Mike that her mom introduced her to.
Yeah, but Quinn was just jealous. It's like hers was jealousy of Mike, not Angie, to me, because it really was just like nobody wants her, type of thing. Men or women. I still knew
it was going to be an issue, even the fact that she didn't want him. I knew it was going to be an issue when she found out that Angie was with him. I did, yeah. And I think that it's because it's like that could have been my forever person. You know?
That's what I'm saying. No, yeah. She missed out on everything. But yeah,
she ain't want it.
Let me give you your flowers. You were right about Ty and Mona, aka Amy. I just no, I did not. I guess I just don't go there every time. Like, do we really have to go there every time?
It's a show about relationships. Every chance they
I
get,
guess.
they're going to throw a relationship in there. Every chance they get, they're going to throw in mother or father issues, mommy or daddy issues, because they, these writers believe that those are the things that inform your relationship decisions. I mean, just watching relationship shows, it's going to be this every time. So if we want to see something new, I don't know. Gotta watch
Mm-hmm.
something else. So
You right about that. But what was funny to me is twice on these last, and I don't know if it was in episode 7 and episode 8, but twice Angie was the voice of reason.
she was, and I think they're trying to show that
Twice.
she's maturing. And she may have always given good advice. We just didn't get to see it. But anyway, she's maturing. She is understanding she wants something different in her relationships now, or relationship now. And she knows that what you should do if you want it to work. She really wants it. She don't want to just sleep with everything with a ding-a-ling anymore. Yeah, she wants just his ding-a-ling. So yeah. I did think she gave Camille very good advice. Don't tell Ian that you slept with Jameson. That would just be dumb because nothing happened. And you would just cause a whole lot of drama for no good reason. It was dumb. And I kind of suspected it. I didn't even say that last week, but I kind of suspected it because they never did show anything.
Them doing an act. Yeah.
And I was
in
like,
the act. But if you so here, and this is kind of the conversation I was having with other people, because everybody agrees that Camille is the dumbest one. I'm sorry, it's the dumbest character, and have the nerve to be a professor. What in the hell? So, and I'm taking that personally, but but Camille. Well, first of all, they're in New York. No one owns a car. I don't think Quinn even owns a car. Wait, does Quinn own? Right. So they're Ubering everywhere. So it wasn't like Camille was like, oh, we've worked so long. I need to take a little nap. No, get your ass in the Uber and take your butt home. Like, all of this was so unnecessary. It was, to me, it was
sabotaging. I mean, she explained
everything.
She explained it, and Angie explained it to her, like, don't do this just because you're too scared to have a real conversation with Ian. Don't try to break his heart and push him away. Just be an adult. Have a conversation that you should have had some time ago. Although maybe she did just now realize how she felt, but she should have been honest with him a long time ago, and don't make Jameson the scapegoat. But I do think that the way that last event happened, Jameson's not out of the picture. So if it comes back for another season, there will be some more Camille Jameson drama.
Yeah, it's just hard for me. First of all, I'm going to stand by my story, or by my thoughts, and say that it's still backwards. And it should have come out in episode 8 that it was backwards. But I think those test results will switch. But now I don't see how they can bring that into the next season. That's too late. But so basically,
it's actually not too late if that last scene comes out a certain way.
Right. Yes, we'll get to that. Yeah. So because in her mind she can't have kids, now she's coming to Ian and being like, I'm sorry I wasted your time and mine, but since I can't give you kids and I know you want kids, I think I should lead a relationship. First of all, I don't know what female on this planet starts dating a guy and automatically knows for 100% for sure they can have kids. No one knows that. until, I mean, you can want kids, but that doesn't mean you can have kids. You can't, I mean, I don't think any woman assumes, I don't know.
What do you?
It's
I
just
don't
weird.
understand what you're going for.
It's just weird that she's breaking up with him just because of that. Everybody can't have kids. You're not the first woman who can't reproduce.
She's not breaking up with him because she can't have kids.
He wants kids.
She's breaking up with him because she don't want kids. Not because she can't have them, because she don't. Even if she could, she don't want them. She
and
was
that
relieved
goes
to find out that she probably can't, because that means that she don't want them. That's a whole different conversation.
Right. And you know where that takes me back to? Love and Marriage DC. When we were talking about Clifton
and Joy.
And Joy. This wedding, you remember they had a whole conversation about, I don't want a big wedding. I don't want shouldn't you have had that conversation a long time ago, just like with kids? Ian and Camille were together how long?
But the show is making it seem that she thought she wanted kids. And it wasn't until she found, that's what she said. It wasn't until she found out she couldn't have them that she was relieved. And now she realizes, I actually don't really want kids.
That girl don't know what she wants, because she's the most confused MFer on this damn show.
She's a whole mess. She's a hot damn mess. Right about that.
Last week she wanted kids. This week she don't. Next week she will again. You just don't know. She's a dum-dum.
She might want kids with somebody else. Like if Jameson wants kids, she might want kids. Now, the thing about Camille is that, what you were saying about the not being able to have kids. A lot of women can't have kids, right? But
they don't know until they try to have kids.
If you can't have kids, but you want them, and your husband or boyfriend wants kids, there are other options. Surrogacy, IVF,
and that's what
adoption, etc. There are options, but a man that wants kids and a woman who doesn't want kids, you don't have options. You can't
and that ain't gonna work.
You can't be together. The other relationship can work, but she's right to break up. They should break up if he wants kids and she doesn't. Period.
Right, but so here's
y'all ain't on the same page.
So here's my issue. If they were together a long time, before he left and all of that other stuff, it would have come up and they would have had a conversation about it. And you're right. Maybe she did want kids back then and now she doesn't. But that's something they should have thought about before he broke up his whole engagement to the girl. And I'm just like, geez.
You think that he should have stopped when she came running in there to his rehearsal dinner and poured out her heart? He should have been like, but wait, do you want kids?
No. No,
that was emotion and
what
passion.
What I'm saying is, if he had feelings for Dum Dum, he should have explored that before he even asked the girl to marry him.
Well, that's a whole other. Yeah, you can't go back that far. People, like we said, people wait till the last minute to admit how they feel and things like that. I'm saying we knew he still had feelings for her. We just didn't know they were so strong that he would just leave Mira for Camille.
Mira.
I just wonder. Like, they don't give us any inclination as to why she doesn't want kids. Or
maybe she doesn't want to hand down the mental health gene, because obviously her mom is suffering from some mental health issues, and Lord knows Camille has some issues. So maybe she's scared to pass down mental health issues.
Yeah,
well, I mean, we don't know. We don't know. I
know people change and people do what they want. Like, how am I gonna say it? There are people who say they don't want kids and then get with someone else and have kids.
Yes. Oh, it happens.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm wondering if Camille is gonna be that kind of person. Like maybe she
Yeah,
just
it
didn't want
happens.
kids with Ian.
It definitely happens.
So
Every time we say something, somebody automatically pops in your head that you know did
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
it happens.
But I
But what
do
I
want to go. Oh, go ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-mm. I think you about to say the same thing I was gonna
Mm-mm.
say.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead then.
I was just gonna say I think a
Oh,
it has to be difficult for a person to say they don't want kids. I can't
why?
because especially for a woman, society just treats you a certain way if you don't want to have children. And some people don't want to say that out loud. Like it was hard for her to admit that, not just because he wants kids, it's because people might look at her differently.
Mm,
I mean, people are
that's
judgmental. I
crazy
can't.
because I know I can point to several of my friends that never wanted kids and don't have them.
Hmm.
Found husbands that didn't want kids either.
Hmm.
Um, and then
It's
for
not common.
me, it's crazy, but I know a lot of people though. And then for me, I made a plan for myself that if I didn't have kids by a certain age, then after that certain age, I would not want kids. And I don't think there's anything anybody could have done to change my mind on
So
that. So
you did
I
want
did
kids
want
at one
kids.
point. That's
Mm-hmm.
different from never want kids. And people don't
Yeah.
typically believe a person when they say they don't want kids. I'm serious. People be
Ooh,
like, "What?
I believe
Really? Who?"
if you knew some of the people I knew when they told me that, I was just like, yeah, I don't think you
I mean,
should.
there are people that shouldn't have kids. They
Woo!
need
I
kids
know a
like they
lot of
need a
them.
hole in the head. That's a whole different story. I'm just saying. I think it's a big deal.
It
Uh,
is, it is,
I
but
can't empathize because I did want kids, but I
yeah,
can, you know, I can't understand, but I can understand.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So to further make herself look dumb as a box of rocks, she broke up with Ian after she used him to cater her event, and then broke up with him during the exhibit. Girl.
She has treated him poorly. She has treated him poorly. I don't know why. I guess because I've seen him on a whole lot of other things, and I've never really been that big of a Megan Good fan. I think I just sided with Tyler. What's his name anyway?
Lepley.
Just like he's so eh, he's a decent actor, but a lot of it is just his own personality comes through. I just like the way he says stuff. He reminds me of somebody from back home. Like when he said he was telling her about talking to the chick at Home Depot, and he said, I was talking to this homegirl at Home Depot, and she said this and this and this. Like he said, why you making that face? What I say wrong? Is it homegirl? I should say home women, home them. And I was like, he's so dumb. He said home them.
Right.
That I actually bust out laughing. He is so funny to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He's getting better. He's getting better and better and
he
better and
is.
better.
He
Yeah.
is. So I hate that
Yeah.
I hope he's gonna stay on the show, but I don't want her to keep dragging him through the mud. I just don't want to see that. I mean, maybe there won't be any reason for him to be on the show if they're not together, unless we'll hold that off for now. So
Yeah, I already know what you're gonna say. So yeah, so my other well, we passed that part, but yeah, I thought she was stupid. Then Camille confides in Quinn's mom.
mhm.
That was weird to me.
It was weird.
That
It
was so
it
dumb.
didn't make a lot of sense. And
At all.
if she really wanted to find out about her daughter, it seemed like she would have talked to Angie. But she don't seem like the type who would fool with Angie. So maybe that's why she went to Camille. It just seemed out of place.
That whole scene was just
And
weird.
then she didn't even really want to talk to Camille. She was like, "Okay, I gotta go."
Right,
Give you
right.
enough advice, and now I gotta go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
That was weird. That was
okay,
weird.
few more thoughts. Mike has weird hair. You said something about that, I think, last episode, but
Both of them got bad hair.
Mike's hair, though,
It's weird.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like a
It's like
Gumby.
somebody took
It's
somebody
like
took a bunch
pieces
of
here,
hair and just
pieces.
put it on top.
And like, what product is he putting in there? I don't understand what's happening,
Stay
because
soft pro.
it's not quite an afro, but it's not quite wavy, and I don't know. I don't know what's happening with him. Stay soft pro. Something. They got that so glow. It's something. But
It's ugly.
avoiding exes. I wrote that down. Who was that talked about not going? Oh, Mona. Amy on the show talked about not going a certain place because she was avoiding her ex. And I think that's interesting that people avoid going to places that they used to go to with their ex because they don't want to see them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to do that, so I don't get it. But I couldn't be changing up my whole life just to avoid seeing a person, because obviously they gonna keep going there. He don't care whether you go. Why are you
Right.
gonna not go? Why does he get custody? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it.
Of the establishment.
Of the establishment, yeah. Live your life. Don't act so bothered. Go and do you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's about, well, she actually said avoiding the guy. But for me, if I wanted to avoid somebody, it's not so much because it's the guy. It's more so to do with, I don't have to do that. Like, it's so many different things to do or places to go, especially restaurants, that I don't have to do that one. So that's the way I look at it.
But what if it was Papados?
What
Would
about
you
it?
let him have Papados in the custody? You just be like, I ain't never going back.
What's so funny is
there ever again because he goes. Like, come on. Gotta go get your lobster and keep it moving. Forget that Negro.
What's so funny is I'm going to Papados next month when I get to Atlanta.
And I'm gonna call one of your exes and tell him to go there.
She's at Papa, but you don't know which location I'm going to. So yeah, that's the other thing. If it's multiple locations, which there are in Atlanta, I think it's 4, right? 4 in Windy Hill, Johnny Carter.
It don't matter.
Alpharetta. Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is there's so many other places you can go to get lobster. You don't have to get it at Papados. So yeah.
Would not go just so you wouldn't have to see
No, I would still go just to a different location.
That's still avoiding him. I don't know. I wouldn't want him to be running me out of my stuff.
Well, it's not like dude is there every day.
I know somebody who won't come to homecoming because he don't want to see his ex. I think that's ridiculous. Y'all both went to the school. How does she get custody of homecoming? That's ridiculous.
Not that one. No,
it's the same difference though. You gonna stop doing something that you enjoy doing because
you're talking about one homecoming
person.
No. You're talking about one school, one homecoming. I'm talking about multiple locations of a restaurant or multiple.
Because I said Papados, but Amy was talking about a specific place that she.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with her on that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't agree with her on that part. To me, if it's other options out there, then I don't have to go to that place anymore or whatever is going on. I don't have to do it. And that's the good thing about, knowing about your city, knowing what other options are out there. I mean, I'm still learning about this city. I don't have to go to the same place every day. I'm good.
Okay. I'm sure I just would like to know, okay, tell us in the comments whether you avoid your ex. Are there places that you don't go so you don't see your ex?
Me? No.
No. The viewers, knucklehead.
Oh, the views.
Tell us in the comments. You ain't telling us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading. I
Hey,
skipped over a
Mitcha.
couple of things. I skipped over some things.
And
I
I
skipped
wrote,
over. Go ahead.
you skipped over what?
I skipped over the fact that the outfit Camille had on at her exhibit looked like somebody grandma. I don't know what that outfit was. It was hideous.
I didn't notice because I was too busy looking at her, Angie, and Camille's makeup. They all had the ugliest eye makeup ever. Camille's eyes looked like, I don't even know how to describe it, but she had some kind of light color over here. And then they all had these cat eye, this mascara. They looked, oh, they just looked absolutely stupid. I was like, okay, who did the makeup for this episode?
Oh shit! Sorry.
Hello. I hope I don't know, because I know a lot of people who do, makeup and
makeup?
wardrobe and stuff. I hope I don't know the person who worked on this show, because that episode was awful.
You learn. I mean, every
I can't
time.
hear you.
Yeah.
Come closer or something.
You live and you learn.
I don't know where. It's a certain spot that you go kind of almost dead. I don't know how to. I don't want you to put your mouth on it. I'm just saying. Just don't choke either. No gagging.
Oh my God. Okay. Go ahead.
Joy or happiness. So she had this whole exhibit about joy, but I don't know that any of them have joy. They can be happy for a moment, but I don't think any of them have that inner joy. I don't believe it. So I didn't buy it. This whole black girl joy, 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 joy. I was like, whatever, y'all. Y'all lie. It was fake to me.
It was fake. Everything was fake. I mean, the exhibit, everything was fake. I didn't like. Just Camille's character is just dumb. I just, there's no other way to say it.
Yes,
it's just
and
dumb.
then Dr. Pruitt gonna say, I'm not ready to let go yet. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Don't trust her. She gonna drag you and your research down to the ground. Camille is, she did this exhibit and, miraculously saved her career. And now she's got offers from Spelman and NYU. I was like, y'all need to stop. Don't do that to my school. Don't do me.
Don't do you.
But then,
well, give it a 10.
Now all of a sudden, Dr. Pruitt gonna
likes
change
her
mind about how big of a fool she is. Come on,
girl. Bye.
Right. I wouldn't trust it. And now Jameson, he done sat here and listened to her talk about her mess of a life. He's been a part of it, and now he want to stick around too. I was like, nobody has.
What did I just say?
She is not
like
that
drama.
Yeah, she got that cuckoo head.
And Camille is a whole hot ass mess.
Yep. And
the
so
definition of it.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's go to the part where this dumb Gumby dude is trying to surprise Angie, and her dumb ass is like, where did you get this so and so? That's my favorite. Where did you get this? How did you know? I'm going really dumb. Put 2, 3, and 8 together. I mean, I'm just like, you are dumb as hell.
I never told you our proposal story. I was that one. I was that girl. I had no idea he was proposing to me. He was talking.
We'll talk offline about. We will talk offline about.
And it was kind of like in a park like that. He was sitting on the bench next to me, and I was not in. I didn't know what was happening until I saw the proposing.
Ring. Why is he proposing?
I have that. Wasn't feeling the proposal. I feel like he doesn't know her well enough. How long they been
dating? He doesn't. Like a week.
It's been longer than a week, but it feels like. Is it that good that he want to put a ring on it?
Got the drama. What did I just rap about? The more drama you have in your life,
the more drama you bring, you'll get the ring. Something like that.
You will get. Oh my, that doesn't look good right there. Let me get that off my shoulder.
It happened last week too. Yeah.
The shadow was on my shoulder.
It's the shadow and the light. The shadow wasn't quite like that though. That looks a little different.
Okay, that looks weird. I don't want.
But now you only got a half a shoulder.
I'd rather have a half a shoulder.
You stupid.
This is why people, you can't take us anywhere.
No, we are not the ones you sit next to in a meeting.
We are not the ones you put on speakerphone.
But I will say, I was about like her. I was sitting there like, I know he not finna propose. I know that's not what's happening. I know he not. He is. Oh God, you tripping. I was sitting there like, So
I wrote, are you fucking kidding?
Are you fucking yeah. So table that for a second. We got two big things I want to talk about before we get to the final big scene. Okay, so when Ian said his parents were going to take out a home equity loan to pay for Mira, pay for those wedding expenses, and then he's sitting up here making plans with Camille to spend money, because I was just like, see, this is why you can't loan folks money. This is why you can't give them money, because you're gonna be mad that I'm kicking out this money. I took out loans to give you this, and you over here spending money with this ding dong,
Right.
And then his aunt pulling a whole check out her bosom to pay for his thing, and she didn't really want anything in return. She said, oh, there will be some strings, but she didn't say anything significant. I was like, no, he needs to be on a payment plan just like his parents were.
Right.
And she needs to quit, all this loosey goosey. Oh, you good, baby? Just don't do this.
Yeah, but at the same time, she's insulting him, saying that he's reckless, careless, which is everything Camille is. Maybe they do belong together. Is it
an insult or a statement of facts?
It was a statement of fact, but I'm saying she was insulting him, but at the same time, she was like, you don't have to pay me back. I'm like, wait, what? Which one is it? Like, he's irresponsible, reckless, careless, but you're giving him $70,000 or whatever.
Because you don't want his parents to take out a loan for it. They should be responsible for it, and you shouldn't either. Right. Nobody should be on the hook for this. First of all, if we could go back in time, he should have never agreed to all of those expenses.
Exactly. He told
$68,000.
I told her we shouldn't have done all that. No, you didn't.
Apparently not. Apparently you didn't say no at any point. And her parents don't really have a leg to stand on charging him for all of it, unless that's only half. Because I do know some people who spent $100,000 on a wedding, and I thought it was insane. So yeah, I just was like,
$100,000 on a wedding. 30-minute wedding.
If it's that long, they can be over shorter than that. If you don't have 100 soloists and praise dancing and a ring bearer and flowers and pouring the sand and all that. If you don't do all of that, it don't have to be that long.
I don't think weddings should be that long.
They'd be like 15, 20 minutes now. You spent all that money, and then the reception is a few hours. So, yeah, let's pause for a second, because your lighting is getting really crazy.
The sun is, I closed the wrong curtain.
Okay, hold on. All right, that's better.
Yes. I closed the curtain on the wrong side.
Reconvene the meeting. Call the meeting back to order. So we talked about Ian and the money.
Yeah,
and the only positive thing is that his aunt gave him that money, so that debt is not hanging over his head with Mira, and she doesn't have to be mentioned again on the show. That's going to be taken care of if he gives her the money. Now, some folks swear they need the money for something and still don't use it for that, but that'd be on him. That'd be between him and his aunt. But the other thing was, the other big scene that we haven't talked about is Ty, Zoe, and Amy. So Ty went on a date with Amy.
You looking at me? I'm looking at you.
And Amy, Mona, didn't invite her in. And Ty was like, okay, it's cool. And then she left, and immediately answer the text like, yeah, let's get it. She moved on, right? She was hot and bothered, and she wanted to get some, and went to her hookup. And then in the middle of that, she took her face out of the honeypot to answer a text
from Mona,
and then leave and go to Mona. She gets there and then finds out that Mona's daughter
is Zoe.
is the poontang she just left.
she just raised out of.
That's still, you can still smell right here. Girl, I was like, this is too much.
Now that was hilarious. That part was hilarious. It was.
I wish you would answer a text in the middle. I just, that's too much.
This is TV. Well, see, that's one of them. Yeah, this is TV bullshit. Because in real life, I wish you would.
Because Zoe should have locked them legs. Like, where you going? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was funny.
That's gonna be some drama. Maybe Amy might be like, oh, okay, bye.
And and how is Ty gonna get out of that? That's gonna be the funny part. How is Ty gonna get out of that?
What do you mean out of it? I don't see how there's a getting out of it.
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. She's gonna be like, but what had happened was. Yeah. So what had happened was, yeah.
So that's what else I was wondering. Okay, so how old is Rachel True supposed to be? She said she was Gen X. So is she in her 40s, 50s? Ty is in her 30s. Aren't these girls all in their 30s? And then her daughter, I was just trying to figure out what's happening with the ages. Is the daughter really young for Ty, or are they about the same age? And then what age does that make Amy? I don't know. It was a little confusing. I wasn't expecting the daughter to be, when she said her daughter, I guess we all were thinking younger.
A young person. Mm-hmm,
but then when she came out, I was like, well, she's got to be just like in her.
Yeah, but I mean, but she could still be a 17, 18-year-old.
Oh God, I hope not. Icky. Now, but I guess she could actually be 30. I mean, I could have a 30-year-old child. I don't, but I could.
Why you have to say that?
Because I don't.
Because I don't.
I don't.
Ooh, hilarious.
Not that old, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, she could have had
but they're like 30. I was thinking they were a little deeper into their 30s, like
closer to 40.
Like closer to the middle, maybe 34, 35. I guess I could have a child that old too if I got pregnant really. Okay, then never mind. It just kind of threw me off. Like, wait a minute, how old is she supposed to be?
Yeah, we don't know the age of Zoe, but I would say that the four idiots are probably in their mid to late 30s. And Rachel is probably in her early 50s. No, she's probably in her early 40s, maybe. She looks a little old, especially right in here. She looks really older.
Well, Gen X, she does have to be in her 40s.
But
she does to be Gen X.
But she looks older. I think she's older. She looks older than she actually is portraying.
I keep trying to think of how old I was when she was on Half and Half. I keep trying to think. I guess I could just look up her bio and see how old she is.
Girl, I watch it every day. You should have texted me. I'd have told you what year I was watching.
I did not know that until you told me the other day. I was like, wait a minute, you watch what? You started running down all the 90s shows. I was like, this chick. Okay, she was born in 1966. Whoa, goodness. 1966.
Did you say, whoa, goodness?
She looks good to be 66 years old. She's going to be 67. No.
Yeah,
57. 57. She'll be 57.
Right in here.
She's almost
right
60.
in here.
Yeah.
She has those. What do you call those?
Bags.
They're not. They weren't bags. It was
allergy pockets. Wrinkles.
What do you call those feet?
Crow's feet.
crow's feet where it looks like it's webs coming. Yeah, that's what you could if you can see it. You can see it.
Yeah, because she was almost 30 when she was on The Craft. Do you remember that movie? The
Mm-hmm.
Craft. She was almost 30 in that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
movie.
Yeah, but she looks good. She looks good. I could just tell she's a little older right here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so she could have a daughter in her 30s, most definitely.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
mid to late 50s. Okay.
yeah. But
I'm down.
that was the best. That was the best scene of the two combined shows because that was
Yeah.
funny as hell.
They
Ty
got me with
always
that
getting
one.
her. Ty, I mean, after the whole circus came out of her bedroom,
Yeah.
you
She
know.
gets it in. Oh, Ty definitely gets it in. She gotta have it.
Hell
So
yeah, I'm
I ain't mad
jealous.
at
Shit.
it. You
I'm
better get on her
jealous.
app. Q? No, you're not Q. You're
No,
on
because
P. You're not Polly either.
I'm not
So
none of that. Gay, lesbian,
but the other one is
bisexual,
Polly. Polly is not any of
none of
that. It
that.
just means that you
Uh-uh. So anyway,
okay, so then the final scene,
the final scene.
they're in urgent
All right.
care or the emergency room, and the doctor is like, "I'm glad you came. You're okay, but and the baby is safe."
So 3, 2, 1. Who do you think it is? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Angie.
Camille. Angie reckless
I
ass.
wrote down that I hope it's Angie
Why?
because I can't stand her, and I want her
Okay.
to have some real responsibility. Sit your ass down somewhere and think of somebody else beside yourself for 5 minutes. But I mean, just and not really like I'm wishing a baby on her. It's really just more for her character development. But yeah, it's probably
But
Camille.
just based on this whole screwed up thing with this fertility and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably Camille to further fuck up her life because she's not even she's not mature enough to have a child right now.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I
None
mean,
of
you
them
know,
need a
I'm
baby.
hell no, none of them need a
But see,
baby. Damn sure not Angie.
the more interesting, well, the two interesting stories, Quinn, who cares? Ty, that don't even make sense. It has to be
Right.
Camille. It has to be Camille or Angie. But
Yeah.
in Camille's case, it would be interesting because she don't want children, and then to be pregnant, then we may have to have an abortion episode, or she's gonna want to keep it, but then we don't know if it's Ian's or Jameson's, right? With Angie,
Why would it be Jameson's?
we don't know how long ago it was. So she was with Jameson until she kissed Ian, and then she was with him. There was not a lot of time between those two guys.
Right, but that obviously, well,
We don't
okay.
know how far back this is. And then with Angie, it might not be Mike's.
Right.
Because she was
She
a
don't know who it
whole
is.
ass,
Mm-hmm. You're right.
sex positive person. And so, I think that would be a very interesting story because she could be pregnant, not know who the father is, and she really, really loves Mike. But if it's not his, what do they do? You know what
Well,
I'm
we
saying?
already
Like, what
know
do
what
you
they
do?
do. First of all, men like drama, so they will raise a child that's not theirs.
Maybe it would be more.
I mean, and what's the show we just watched that happened? What show is that? There's a show on right now that or not right now, but you know what I'm saying, that I've watched recently where the guy's dating somebody and he found out that the child wasn't his and they stayed together. I can't think of what it is, but anyway, yeah.
But it would cause a lot of drama because I feel like it's either gonna be that Angie and Mike are not gonna just sail off into the sunset if there's another season. That's not gonna happen. They don't let that happen on shows. So they're gonna have to have some turmoil before they can be
Right. And
before
I
they
just,
can be
and
happy.
which begs the question of why the hell in hour 2 of them dating is he proposing? I mean, it literally makes no sense.
Yeah, I think either that or they're gonna have them run into a whole bunch of her exes, her ex-lovers, and that's gonna cause
You
some
are the father. You
that's
are
gonna
not
no,
the
I'm
father.
saying even if she's not
Not the
pregnant,
father.
I'm saying in their relationship, you can't walk around Harlem but 5 minutes without bumping into somebody Angie slept with. And Mike might be okay with that in theory until it's in his face.
Right.
So that'll be interesting to see. So
It
if
will.
it comes back for another season, I have no idea what Quinn's. I hate to be like, who cares? But who cares what's gonna be happening with Quinn? Um, Ty, Amy, and Zoe. That'll be a fun storyline to see what happens. Camille, things just keep seeming to work out for her. That's annoying. So
Yeah, Camille is cuckoo. I don't she just her whole storyline just irks my last nerve.
I see, and I suspect that my first thought was, oh, it's Camille. But then I was like, but I hope it's Angie because I think that'll be a more original story to me. I think.
Okay. Well,
And
you've been winning all of the guesses, so I can't be right about anything.
I need to be writing my own show. I'm supposed to meet with my cousin actually to talk about that because I need to be in the business. But like, nah, well, nobody say that. No, don't have her say that. Even if people would say it, let's say something different. Let's do something that it doesn't always happen.
Yeah. With like the ending of Insecure. Anyway. All right. We are done with Harlem.
We are actually done because it's
done
over.
done. And we're getting ready to start on as of March 17th, Power Book 2 will be back.
Ooh.
And
I need to get caught up. I mean, not caught up, but I need to go back and do what you're doing and watch season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to talk about Ready to Love until that irks us to death. So
yeah.
Stay tuned. Let us know what you
this
think.
Weekend we might.
I know.
Because we cut DC like.
Right. We didn't even look back. We didn't even give DC a second thought. Shoot, we just like, and it's crazy because I did, I'm still watching it, right? And here we go. They doing the same thing as last week. It's like, oh, same script. Oh, just do the same script next week.
Yeah. I still watched it, but it ain't nothing to talk about. So
right.
Yeah.
It was the same script. Every week. Like dumb.
One of these days I'm gonna get you on some Housewives. I need you to watch one of them.
I did watch Housewives of Dubai. I told you that.
Yeah, but they were brand new. I need you to be on some of the really good ones. Like either Married to Medicine or Potomac, Housewives of Potomac. If you would just do one of those two, we could just have such a good time because they are out of control. But they've been around for so long, it'll take you forever to get caught up.
Yeah, but and I never was interested in Married to Medicine because I was annoyed that there's a show called Married to Medicine. It's like Camille being a professor. It's like, no, I do not want to see a physician that I know that spent all those years in school acting a monkey on TV. Just no, don't do that. But that's just me. Whatever. Stay tuned, folks. Give us your thoughts and opinions. Tell us a story about the dude who broke up with you because
tell us your worst breakup story, or what's the place you have to avoid because your ex got it in the custody battle. What do you have, or do you know the difference between joy and happiness? Do you have joy
and happiness?
I always associated as happiness is in the head and joy is in the heart. But people may have. My pastor used to always do a whole sermon about joy. Oh, and you know
Mm.
what we didn't talk about? Dang it, it's probably too late. The
But
whole do friends come first? So Angie broke up with Mike because she thought Quinn was secretly upset with her being with him. And she felt like Quinn comes first. Quinn comes before her relationship. And I was wondering, do you feel that? Did you ever feel that way? That like, okay, no matter who you end up with, you have friends that will come before him.
so in this particular situation, Angie didn't even know about Mike and Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to, if I was Angie, I would want to know what is your beef, because you can't be mad at me for something I didn't know. So at that point, the only thing Quinn could do is say, either I'm still interested in him and I want to pursue something with him, fall back, or give the girl the blessing at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can do. So to me, Quinn was kind of out of line, because you can't make somebody feel shitty about something they didn't even know. So if the situation was it was where my friends knew about some dude that I was dating and they had some information, that's different. Then yeah, I'm gonna have to choose my friends, because yeah, they're probably telling me something that's in my best interest, and I need to listen to them about whatever is going on with dude. But that's always been a sticky situation, because you don't know if people are telling you something just because they don't want you to be happy, or they're jealous, or if they really do know some information, you
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
So it's
And
real sticky.
I guess I was thinking more so, say you got a best friend, y'all hang out all the time, and then you start dating a guy, and then she's mad that you're not spending as much time with her anymore. Would you stop spending as much time with him to go back and hang with her? Or if he was saying, you always with your friend, you know, I don't see you, would you stop hanging out with your friend for him, or does your friend still come before him? And I guess I'm
No,
thinking
I
about
don't.
that
Mm-mm.
used to come up a lot when we were in college. People used to always go, we're friends, it doesn't matter. You know, People are trying to, you know what, we'll talk about it offline because it's more layered, and I really
Yeah.
can't get
Well,
into
so
all
I
of
would say this. No, if I had a good girlfriend that I was hanging with all the time and I met somebody, um, and she came to me and said that, she felt like I wasn't spending as much time, then I would spend more time with her. I wouldn't spend more time with her and leave dude hanging.
Yeah.
No, I would just find a balance. I'm only one person and I got shit to do. So, and
I know
hopefully
y'all
y'all
all
got shit to
love
do.
me, but
I know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but yes, yeah, I wouldn't, I'm not choosing my friend over my dude. I'm getting to know my dude. I know my friend.
yeah.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
and I think that was dumb of Angie to be like, I gotta choose Quinn. You don't have to.
Yeah.
If Quinn being a whole bitch out here, you ain't gotta choose her.
Yeah, and
She
it
needs to
just
get over
made no
herself,
sense.
whatever it is. It's not like they were running around behind her back, or like you said, she didn't know this was
She
her
didn't
man
know.
or anything. So yeah. All right. Enough of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So next week, I guess we'll be talking about Ready to Love again. And that might be it next week, unless we have something else that we add to it until Power uh Ghost starts. All right. So in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe to our podcast. I ain't trying to be funny, but with Keita and Kim. With Keita and who?
Kim.
And who?
Kim.
All right.
Kim.
It's Keita and Kim. You
Right
said
on.
out to the people. All right, girl. All right. Until the next time, I'll see you.
Holla.
Bye.